everybody, hi, it's Becky from PowerToolsWithThread.com. That's my blog. Let me settle down here. I'm always scooching around. Man, we are having the most beautiful weather here in South Texas. You know, sometimes it's really hot in the summer and sometimes the winters can be pretty bad. Not like y'all up north, totally different. But it's a wet cold. But right now it is just one of those Chamber of Commerce days, and I really want to be outside, but I've got so much going on in here that I don't have time to be outside. But I get out when I can, go get the mail and that kind of thing. But I have my new Grace 21 Pro long arm up. I am so excited, so happy about it. Let me take the camera off and go show you what it looks like. Here it is, all set up. I just absolutely love it. This is the Continuum 2 frame by Grace, and it has this extension right here that comes out to allow for that larger throat on the 21 Pro sewing machine, the Kanique 21 Pro. I got it's called an idle rail, and the fabric on the top goes up behind it. And then this is the take-up rail up here. It came with leaders, and I had one of those zero-centered tapes from Dritz for a long time, and I watched Lauren from Bold Notion Quilting put hers on with double sticky tape, so that's what I did with mine, and it works great. That's really nice. And I don't know that I'm going to use this bar down here, this bottom one. Now it does not come with a batting bar. A lot of quilters don't use the batting bar, so I guess they just didn't put it on. Don't look at my mess under there, okay? I'm going to put my hand. But I'm going to have Keith make a cubby for me, large enough to hold a roll of batting, and I want it on wheels. And then I can do storage on top of it. And he called it a batting casket. My husband. But this is great. So I have it up and running. I love that I have a Windows Surface Pro 7 Plus. It came with the little pen and a keypad. Of course, I don't need the keypad when it's on there. It has facial recognition, so I just walk up and it just pops open and unlocks. That I love that. Everything went as smooth as it could to get it all set up. I was gonna take a video of me setting this up, but y'all, it took days. It's a lot of work to put this up yourself. If you get it from a dealer, they may come and set it up for you. I got it from Grace, so I had to do all the setup myself. But I really, just really like this very much. And I haven't done anything with it yet. I'm just still now getting used to how all this is going to work. On this machine, the channel locks are physical locks that you can put on the front wheel of the upper carriage and the back wheel back there it is, of the lower carriage, as opposed to them being part of the computer program. And I like that because it was part of the computer program on the Butler, and I would have to give it the dimensions of the quilt in order to be able to get in and put on a channel lock, and I don't necessarily need to do that all the time. So this has a really simple way of putting a sheen and doing all the belts and everything. The belts came on this motor box right here already. So they were already attached. The long belt and the short belt were already attached to it and run through the little wheels. So that's kind of handy. Didn't have to fiddle with that a whole lot. I love that it has the plug on the back, so I don't have cords, lots of cords hanging all over the place. I have the cord, this is the main power to the carriage, and that powers the whole 9 yards because you plug the machine in here and it plugs into this. So you only have the one cord coming to the floor, as opposed to more than one. In my last setup I had two, one for the machine and one for the motor box. And then of course I have a large, I've got a big cord here for that. That's got a surge protector on it and everything. But that's because this is in the middle of the floor and I don't have a plug in the floor, so I have to run a plug from the wall. but I'm very happy with it. I went ahead and went back down to the 10-foot frame. I used to have a 12. My first and second frames, the first one was a GQ, and that one was too small for my machine, so I got rid of that. And viewer Tiny gave me another frame, a Bernina frame, and that was too small for my machine, my old machine. So I gave that one away. And then my third one was the Phoenix, and that's the one, this one replaced the Phoenix frame. So I'm very happy with it, you guys. I think it is just phenomenal, and I can't wait to get started with this thing. So very excited about this. I'm still watching videos and learning how to do it all. So if you're thinking about getting a Grace frame like this and the machine and all that, current and previous owners can tell you what Grace does is they send you a box of a whole bunch of components, and it's kind of a one size fits all. And so you look at it, you get this big stack of books, and you got all these boxes, and your initial feeling is like, ah, but the first paragraph in the book says, don't freak out. There's a lot of this that doesn't apply to you. And I guess it's just easier for them to just pack everything into one big box and send it off. And then you get to pick based on your frame setup, your machine setup, and all of that. They give everything to everybody. So there's a lot of parts that aren't used out of the boxes, which is fine. Like if you have the Cutie frame, I have enough stuff for the Cutie frame. I have enough stuff for a 19. I have enough stuff for, you know, whatever frame people happen to have that they are currently using from Grace, and the carriage differences and all of that. So it's kind of a weird deal. That's if you order from Grace. Now, if you get it from a dealer, you're going to get exactly what you need. Usually that's, you know, because they're going to come and set all that up. I think that's how that works. Don't quote me. I'm still new at this, you guys. I'm still new and figuring out how all this works. But yeah, thrilled to death with it. The software installed, no problem. I have yet to install, I got the Quilter's Creative Touch Gold. I have not put this on the system yet because I just haven't gotten around to it because I've been real busy. But the reason I want this is because you guys know I like to make applique quilts like my chickens right here. And I want to quilt around the chickens. And that's called Eclipse. So it eclipses, it cuts out a piece of the pattern, and that's called Eclipse, and that's part of this. And that's what I really wanted. I had it in my previous system, so I'm used to using it, and so I really wanted to make sure that I could get this. I haven't installed it, don't know how to work it yet. I'm getting there, okay? So hey, I wanted to share a mail call with you guys. One of my viewers, Linda Fox, she sent Keith and I some gifts. She is an incredible embroiderer. She does those Anita Good Design big tiling scenes and all of that, and just, I don't know how she finds time to do anything between embroidery and running, because she's a runner too. But she's prior Navy, retired Navy, and so she's one of my sisters in the service, and we have gotten to know one another, and she sent us some presents, and I want to thank you, Linda, so much. It's awesome. She sent us a couple of wet dry bags, and so these are going to be our new beach bags for Keith and I. Look at this. They have a very cool eagle and our names on them. How neat is that? These are just awesome. And there's Keith's. And she also sent us both a couple of keychains. This is really cool with our names on them. And mine is in here somewhere. It got buried. I'm not real sure where it is. And then she sent me a tote bag. Look at this. Isn't that cool? It has a hummingbird in a pretty floral design. Isn't that beautiful? Linda, thank you. This is just so pretty and so nice. And it had some emergency rations in there of a couple of little goldfish snack cracker packages. 4 points a piece, you guys. My weight loss has kind of stalled. I think, you know, the weight gods have said, okay, you've lost. I lost right at 18 since January 1st. And it's March 16th, so that's pretty good. 9-10 pounds, you know, right in there. Steady loss every month, doing great. But I've been kind of stuck for about 2 weeks now. So I'm just going to keep at it and keep on going. And I've got 10 pounds left I want to lose. But it's just being stubborn. Anybody who has struggled with their weight knows exactly what I'm talking about. So you just got to keep the faith and keep going. So, but Keith has lost 20 on Weight Watchers. I'm going to keep on it because he wants to lose 20 more. And so I'm doing all the cooking pretty much. So we'll just kind of keep up with that. I was surfing around Instagram the other day and came across a quilt pattern that made me stop. You know those patterns, you guys know them. You'll be looking around and you'll see something and you just go, oh, look at that. The picture that was on Instagram was this one. Let me put it right here where you can see it. I thought that was just gorgeous. I love those colors for Christmas, of course, but I love the simplicity of the look. That is not an easy quilt to make. I'd set it at intermediate. I wouldn't put it at beginner because those rows are on point. It's easy the way she breaks it down, but there is a lot to it. But I really love this pattern. On Instagram, it'll say pattern in bio, and Instagram only allows you to put one link. So if you touch the link, you'll jump to some other images like a landing page, and then you can touch that page and jump to their website or something. I don't know how that works. But anyway, so that link took me to her website. This is a quilt by Carried Away Quiltings. It's called Journeys. This is the quilt here in a blue colorway. This is a great pattern if you boy quilt. You know, something you're looking for that's not real girly, cutesy. I love this. I think this is awesome. And I'll link to this below. Y'all, it's not an affiliate link or anything like that. This is just something that I really loved. I have a load of Christmas fabric, and I think I want to start this now in March and start getting these together and putting it all and making it work. I think it's just absolutely beautiful. So I wanted to share that with you guys. This is a find for me that I just really like. Pattern's like $7. It's a deal, you know. And then, you know, you have to print it off yourself. So I just love it. And I got recently a whole bunch of fat quarter bundles, Christmas fat quarter bundles from So Yeah Quilting out of Las Vegas. Y'all, I've got to stay off that. I was on there last night. I spent over $100. But I got some cute stuff. Yeah, looking forward to that getting here. So a lot of fun, a lot of fun. And it's neat. You see the same people all the time and you chatter. Last night I was talking about Jethro Tull. You know, you never know what you're going to talk about. So yeah, quilting chat. So it was pretty neat. Some of the fabric that I got last night from So Yeah looks a lot like this Once Upon a Memory pattern. That this is from Doug Laco. This quilt pattern book is from Doug Laco. He had come in off from it's from Antler Quilt Designs. He had come in from a cruise a couple years ago. I think it was like 18 or 19. And he had come in from a cruise into Galveston, Texas. And then he was on his way, I think, well, in between a stop heading either to Houston or San Antonio to the airport. He went to, gosh, it must have been 2018. And he stopped in and, oh, this is him. If you guys have ever seen him on the internet, Doug Laco. He's a great pattern designer. Really, really good pattern designer. And he had come in And Carrie G, she's the same Carrie G that designs patterns for Villarosa Design, El Campo, Texas. She had the Cedar Chest Quilt Shop in El Campo. She hosted Doug Laco at an events center, and I was like, I took the day off work and drove down there to go meet him and have lunch and everything, and it was really, really nice. And he took pictures with everybody and signed his pattern books. Let me see, I've got his signature. There it is. Oh, 3/19. He dated it. It was March of 19. Right there, right before the pandemic. Right? About a year before the pandemic. The fabrics that are used in this book are a lot like what I bought last night. And I have made this quilt. I love this quilt right here. Look at this one. Isn't that cool? That is so neat, so pretty. I love those churn dash blocks set in with all those log cabins. It's very, very neat. Anyway, so met him, had lunch, visited with a bunch of ladies. I don't even think I'd started my channel, or maybe I was just starting my channel. Yeah, something like that. Because I was like, oh, I have a YouTube channel. Can I video? And Carrie was like, no, he doesn't want anybody to video. I said, oh, darn. So I got stills. But anyway, so just letting you know, when that fabric comes in, I'll show you. I don't think it's the same line, but my goodness, it's close. I love this book. I really like this book. It has such pretty patterns in it. This is so my style, traditional quilting. I really, really like it. This will make pretty patriotic as well, too. So I love this. It's got table runners and lap quilts and big quilts and panel quilts, all kinds of stuff in it. So I got in some new patterns from Villarosa Designs. Let me show you guys. So Villarosa Designs, I talk about this all the time, has a pattern club. It's $8.95 a month, and you get 5 patterns every month. And then if you sign up for the table runner, you'll get the table runner patterns as well, and they're $1.75 additional, but it's all free shipping. So these cards are like $2 a piece in the quilt stores, or more, maybe $2.25, but you get 5 for $8.95 and free shipping if you order in the pattern club directly from Villarosa Designs. A couple videos ago, I showed how I stored them all in a big photo album, and a lot of you jumped on that because it's a really great way to store your patterns. Okay, so the first quilt we have is called Tic Tac Toed. It takes 9 fat quarters and some background and an accent fabric. It finishes at 48 by 48. Very cute. That's a cute little play quilt. Little, you can throw it on the ground, let the kids play on it, right? The next one is Zipper, and this one takes yardage of dark and light, and it finishes at 54 by 72. This is adorable. This is a panel quilt, and this is called Puppy Love. And it finishes, let's see, you need a panel and a pack of 40 5-inch squares, so a charm pack, and it finishes at 45 by 54. Let me get in here a little bit closer so you can see that a little bit better. It's called Puppy Love. And the next one is called Gummies, and it takes a pack of 42 10-inch squares. So this is perfect for a layer cake, and it finishes at 51 by 59. That's great. If you've got a layer cake laying around and you don't know what to do with it, that's a really cute little one. And instead of using the different contrast, the square and a square that's there, you could use like just a solid and it would really pop. It would be something that's really unique and definitely cool to look at that pattern. The next one is Pumpkin Patch, and this takes 12 fat quarters or 36 12-inch squares. It finishes at 54 by 72. And then the table runner is called Spin Cycle. I like this. This is a jelly roll. Takes 12 jelly roll strips, or 12 2.5-inch strips, and it finishes at 16 by 48. That's a real quick and cute gift. Very, very cool. You could definitely do something. Look at that. It looks like a rail fence, but it's got accent in those, and they go together. and to make up the little square there on the ends. Very nice, very nice. So that's real cool. I like that. Don't forget, Villarosa Designs has an app you can download for your phone. You can get it from the iTunes or the Google Play Store. And I love to use that. If I've got, you know, a fat quarter bundle, I'm not real sure what to do with it. You can filter by fat quarter bundles or fat quarters, and only those patterns that use fat quarters will come up. And it's so neat. And then it'll tell you what fabric requirements you use. Then you got to go to your computer and buy it. You can't buy it on the app right yet. They're getting there. But then you just go over to your computer and you can buy it right online, download it, print it out, and you're good to go right then. So I want to do a giveaway today, and I want to thank Grace for this giveaway. They are a sponsor of this video, and I want to thank them very much for sharing what they've got with you. So I want to tell you about this very, very cool stuff from Grace. I've had a lot of you tell me that you have trouble with cutting. You're not comfortable with the like standard rotary cutter, and some of you have got dexterity problems, or maybe you can't hold it as straight as you used to, and it might want to go somewhere that you don't want it to go, and you don't want to ruin your fabric. Grace has a product. It is by Truecut, and they sent this to me to try out, and I got to tell you what, you guys, I like it. I like it a lot. This particular ruler, this is the 12.5-inch ruler, but the giveaway I have for you is the long one. So let me show you what they came up with to help you when you're trying to cut. On this ruler, it has, on the edges, it has a lip that comes up. Can you see the lip? Let me get it up real close. I don't know if you can see it. Can you see the lip? That lip is designed to go with this rotary cutter. This rotary cutter, you hold it like this, so it's very ergonomic. You're not twisting your wrist. You're not bending your wrist like this. It's ergonomic, so it's really nice if you've got a little arthritis in your wrists. When you get this rotary cutter, this one that's in this package right here is the one that was originally on the rotary cutter, and you can just pop it off, and it comes with another little button that goes right on here, and what it has is a groove. Can you see this groove? There's a groove right there. See that? And that groove fits on the lip of the ruler. That groove fits right there on that ruler. See that? This rotary cutter will not take off on you. Let me turn the camera down so you can see. So let's say I want to cut a 2.5-inch strip off this piece right here, okay? So I'll just put it against a line. These rulers come with that extra 1/2 inch, which I really like. I prefer that because then when you're measuring up the 2.5, you're actually looking at the dark 1-inch line as opposed to trying to figure out which one in between. Also, this ruler has holes in it, which allows you to really get a good grip on the ruler and press down. And the package also comes with, the gift package also comes with the True Grips rubber dealies, donuts that you put on the back that'll make it stick. So I'm gonna set this down with the 2.5-inch line, the dark line right on the edge of my fabric. This has a guard, and you just pull it up with your thumb like that. So now it's open, and you put the groove right on the ruler edge and push. Look how smooth that was. This it can't go anywhere because this edge won't let it. That's why it's called Truecut. I love this. I think it's amazing. I really, really like it for when you're cutting big pieces. Like if you've got to cut your 2.5-inch strips for your binding and you're all the way up here, this is not going to take off on you. It's just so simple to use, and I love it. I like this a lot. I wouldn't tell you guys that if I didn't mean it. I really like this, and then you just pop the guard back down with your thumb. But to get the little button off and to change the blades, it has a button right here, and you just pull it and it pops. See? And that just pops right off. And I normally use, I'm going to touch it. I normally use a little magnet to pull this off, okay? But here's that button. This is it right there. That's the groove. And this comes with this rotary cutter. I'm going to put it back on here. So that's, you know, I took the one that came with the rotary cutter, because you don't have to use it with this groove if you don't want to. So this is the original one that came with it, and I took it off, and then I put on this one. And let me see if I can do this without slicing my fingers to ribbons, you guys. And then it just pops right back on like that. No more screws. You don't have to fiddle with the screw on the back. It just pops. It is perfect for people with dexterity issues. And if you are not comfortable cutting rotary cutters, I love it. I think it's wonderful. I'm going to put a link to these below, but if you guys see these in your quilt stores, you need to really take a look at maybe getting these. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Like I said, so here is the 12.5 inch by 6.5, and I like this. I also have, like I said, I've got the, where's the big long one? It's right here. I can feel it. I can feel it because it's got the edge up on it. Here's the big long one. And I've got the little donuts on the back of this, those little True Grip donuts. So when you push it down, it doesn't go anywhere. And I like that. And I also have the 12.5 inch square, which is nice. They make these in all different sizes, you guys. I think it's just a wonderful system for cutting. They gave to me to give to you the 6.5 by 24.5 inch ruler that's got the lip on it. Here's your ergonomic comfort cutter, okay? And you also get a pack of the True Grips. Also, don't forget, Monday the 21st, we are going to start the Designs by Juju Blessings Table Runner. And here's what it looks like right here. So I'll be doing a sew along for both the single needle and the multi-needle embroidery machines. And if you want yours to look just like mine, I'll put a link below to the fabric kit that you can get from Jelly Rolls to Go, and it'll look exactly like that picture. This is just beautiful, and if we start right now, that's going to go ahead and give us time to get it done before Easter. So I'm really excited to do this. I think it's just lovely. I wish you all the best of luck, and we will talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.